Anyway, I just recently saw a Final Fantasy store recap of each Final Fantasy, and I thought, oh, I'm noticing some themes and other things. And so, yeah, thinking from beginning till, well, actually, it goes only up to FF12 that I saw and went to, and I'm not counting 11. And the thing that I've been noticing is certain themes and, theses. So I think I'll just go through each one. Well, I'll go with the setting first, where it's based off the D&D motive of the monsters and Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I'm just going with the monsters and all that stuff. But then there's the hero's journey, where you meet people, go through a certain place or certain world, and go through a threshold, and you see betrayal and characters dying. And Final Fantasy IV does that a whole lot. So, thinking with the mainstay Final Fantasies, the first one, that had to do with a time travel loop thing, and the four crystals, which the crystals are the important things of the universe. That's what they are. In most cases, not all, but a whole lot of them. So first FF is not anything too much to write about, but it's just the player represented as four heroes of light or something, and they eventually save the world. The four things, the four elements, and fighting a guy that's from the past that's trying to kill the present or something. And that theme is actually goes to FF8, so actually, let's not go ahead of ourselves. So I'll go with FF2, which is more like the same thing. And I would say that FF2, or did I say FF4? I forget. FF2, I've played that on the Game Boy Advance, is more like just, the Empire, Rebellion, and Crystals. Again, what's the Crystals? I forget. I can't remember. Jeez. Nothing too much, and that was a lot of mainstay things in there. I would say that the first 5 FFs are much like the traditional tales of everything. FF3 is kind of like 4 in a way with crystals, and 5. 3 and 5 are like job and crystals and all that stuff. And people living and dying in a way, and adventures and betrayal and meeting people and stuff, and forgiveness, which FF4 is about. A little bit more about forgiveness, which I would say that's the most Christian of all the FFs in a way. But not entirely, but, it's just how I see it from Cecil's way of going to the Dark Knight and becoming a paladin, so. And then FF5, there's nothing too much, but there is this tree thing in that game toward the end of FF5, which FF9 has a tree too. So there's little symbolisms here and there going over and over with this series, and it seems like I've well, just from the recaps, I could see certain recurring elements and destroying the world or taking over the world. I would say that some are a little bit more, more genocidal in a way, or destroying the world. 5, there's 2 worlds in that one, and they become one. And 4 is, some big bad with Zeromus. It's more like demon possession versus Yeah, actually, Final Fantasy IV has a whole lot of demon possession to it. Or, not demon, but possession, nonetheless. And other things. Okay, let's go with... I think that the real whole work, like the Wagnerian term, I forget, the whole arch of the work, or the master of the work, starts with Final Fantasy VI, and with the evolution of FF4, or the whole characters living and dying, and betrayals, and heroes' journeys, it's FF6 is a little bit more on that way, and it's a lot more refined, I have to say. However, it still has a lot of characters, so. And this has also a rebellion in here from the Empire. So the Empire is the big bad, but then things happen, and a crazy clown successfully ruins up the world. So, yeah, the themes of that one, there's a variety of things, but it's like forgiveness, trying to get over the guilt of your... that's Cian's story. But also, his kid and wifey poos goes to hell, and he's realizing he couldn't save him, and he's guilt-ridden. But, I mean, there's like all these little stories with FF6. I'm just thinking in terms of like themes that happen with this whole series. So 7 is a little bit more environmental in the Gaia Earth way of things, but it also has the, is it disassociative personality? But I mean, it's the Cloud having his own memories, not remembering something else and being as someone else. So, and then going crazy because of fate of genes with Sephiroth, or being as a product of science. So, I wasn't too impressed with FF7, and to this day I'm not really... it's like, I don't really care for it too much, but I'm a lot more impressed with FF8 and 9 and 12 nowadays, if that makes any sense. Because 8 has this weird-ass story where you are in a school and you are a military wing of things, and again, like for this one, this is more of a time and space kind of a thing, where FF1 had to do with time, but however, time also has to do with space in a way. But time and space for the loop of FF8 for the sorceress from the future trying to kill the present and all that, and using the sorceress possession to another lady and all that stuff. I'm just rambling on tonight, but who cares? So, I really liked 8 for what it says and certain ideas and why certain things happen. And I don't know what kind of themes that they've took for FF8, but there seems to be a certain Japanese property that I don't know, but I think that I've seen it somewhere. I've heard about it somewhere. And the styling, too, that probably does it. I'm not going to say that Hausu was the thing, but I know that every castle, gear, clock tower thing came from anything like that of a place comes from the Lupin movie that Miyazaki made. So, but otherwise, FF8, I could see there's something to it that I could notice with it, and with sorceresses and time and all that. Which I'm glad that FF8 didn't do like the repeat thing. Seems like 10 does a little bit of repeat, but that's a different take on it. At least I'll give it that. I'm thinking FF10 takes from a little bit from FF7 too much, and I'm gonna say that FF13 is like the worst thought out plans. It is. Which actually I didn't see a recap of that, but basically, yeah. Okay, let me go with 9, and 9 is, it has the usual kingdoms and everything, but everything's a little bit more anthropomorphized. Storybook. I would say storybook anthro stuff. And I was surprised with the idea of the whole genocidal planet idea of that this planet has to go to another planet to consume its energies and powers so it can live. And then once it's exhausts that planet that's parasiting off, then it goes to another one. So it kind of makes more sense with the whole Necrom appearing all of a sudden, and there's some things that from the recap of the whole story that I think there could have been a little bit more to the end than what the final product is. And then 10, that one finally goes to the giving of the... I think this one seems to connect with a lot of people that are the rebellious against the tradition or Christian mode of parenting. But I mean, it's just a story. It's not, this is not the Protestant thing or the atheist thing. No, this is just a story, but I can see why people are attracted to the story. So, I and also Titus having his like he was just a dream or something, which is kind of a weird I guess you would call it a Buddha reincarnation soul stream thing. So that was okay. So there's the faith stream thing, and then there's the life stream thing from FF7. So that also FF7 also has like a big doom comet thing that kills all Earth or something. I forget. However, I'm trying to fit this all in. So FF11, that was online. Who cares? FF12 though, with the footage I have here, boy, I love this. Well, I love Vagrant Story too. So it's the feel of the Ivalice Alliance games. People might not like this story because it's not that personal, but I like it because it's a Victor Hugo of a story, and it's more of that style of storytelling, where characters have values and they have goals, and why do they do these things? Well, Penelo doesn't have too much, but Vaughn certainly does. So, ending kind of brushes at the end. However, I have to say that the crystals in that game were the Dusk Shard and the Dawn, all the rocks, the crystal rock things. Dang it. I'm totally not looking at anything, but I'm sure as hell remembering everything that I can remember. So, it's pretty... I just love FF12. I don't know. It's Star Wars, yes, but it also has like a world that you can live and breathe in. Seen from the footage of the gameplay and the footage of the story. I actually believe it. Unlike, I don't know about 10. 10 I have mixed feelings for. And then 13 just sucks. 13, FF13 is just a horrible mess. It's it's everything wrong with like taking Fate, which I forget to say that Fate is in a lot of series of the lot of themes of this whole series, which 12 does deal with a lot. However, that was also because of a hidden unknown race. So, which is a nice little twist. Well, no, anyway, but 13 is just incoherent. It's stupid and everything. And then 14 is online. Who cares? And then 15, I don't know what it is about. So anyway, so when I think about FF, all these FFs is the space and time, memories, friendship, and also just I think that's all I can think of all that. But I mean, I just see certain themes with all these, and I've not that I could do like a full-on essay of just doing this, but hey, if I can think about it, I can say about it, and hey, I just wanted to make a video, whatever.